therein lies the road to war. Because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaoh? Could Christ have reduced the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And our honored dead who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Or the simple answer after all? You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not have danced. You and I have a rendezvous with death. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll send
Containment breach! We've had a major containment breach!
God. Oh my God.
The security system appears to be malfunctioning. Seal the base, Campion. If the main gate's still open, shut it!
Yes, sir.
We're dying like flies down here. Use the manual gate override, Campion. Do it now! Do it now!
Sally, baby LaVon.
Campion! This is a code red! We've lost one of the bugs! Repeat, we've lost one of the bugs! You have to close the gate!
Sally! Sally! Sally!
Hi!
We gotta get out of here.
What's going on?
You know what? Get the baby stuff. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Give me the baby.
All right. Yeah. Let's go.
Come on, baby. Slow down, Charlie. Charlie, slow down!
Don't know what to think about this virus. Started in China, now everybody in America's hiding. There's no groceries cause people start to panic and buy it. The shelves are empty, the ones with plenty already stockpiling. Y'all making memes, think it's funny? Wait a week till the riots. Wait a month till the only way to eat is be violent. It's not the sickness that's scary, it's all the people who wildin'. The government lying, they trying to keep us calm through the sirens. You know it's for real. And all the pharmaceutical giants don't have a cure that they can sell you, so now everyone's dying. There's no vaccines or medication made that can fight it. I guess it's time to pray to God we can't rely on the science. And everyone around me in a mask and some gloves. The stock market crashed and the bank's about to bust. Tell us sanitize our hands, this will pass. It's a bug, stay inside, you'll be fine till we're trapped there for months. It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's all war now, they'll always remember. When locking all our doors down, we're sticking together. This a pandemic, but we don't listen to the news cause they lied to us for years, so how we know that this the truth? And most of us are young enough to think that we're immune, so we just pass it on to people who won't survive it like you. It's either worse than they're telling us or it's nothing at all. But the school shut down, a ghost town in the mall. They gon' quarantine the city, block the road out of Dodge, then tell us leaving our homes is actually breaking the law. This is just the beginning, you know it's gotta get worse. If the doctors get sick, the hospitals won't work. The conspiracy theories all sound like facts, that's for sure. But the fact is we're trapped on this planet called Earth. And the bleach gone, the bread gone, the water sold out, the meat gone, the milk gone, the pasta sold out. Don't leave anything for anyone, you hoard it for yourself. You'd rather tell them go to hell than be a man and go and help. It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's all war now, they'll always remember. When locking all our doors down, we're sticking together. We're hoping for the best, but we're preparing for the worst. There's one thing we're not scared of, is hard work. We're up against an enemy that doesn't have a face. There's no bombs we can drop, there's nowhere we can aim. There's no soldiers to stop with a tank at the gates. There's no cure that we've got or a pill we can take. There's no food, it's been bought. The truth is we're afraid. We sit inside our rooms and we pray. It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's all war now, they'll always remember. When locking all our doors down, we're sticking.
State Patrol, Hap. Looks like your cousin Joe Bob.
Hey, Joe Bob. Want me to fill her up for you?
No, sir, I come by on other business. Was that old geezer here last night when that guy took out your pumps?
Vic, he's here just about every night.
And maybe he ought to hear this too.
Hear what?
There's strangers crawling all over Braintree. Supposed to be U.S. Health Service guys, but they came in a C-5A transport plane and they look like regular Army to me. And then there's been 3 more big transport planes land over at Starland in Arkansas since noon.
Was caller. I knew it was.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. I'll tell you one thing, though. If the feds are thinking about a quarantine, then you might have a little bit more to worry about than cholera. I just thought you ought to know what's stirring in the weeds, Hap. If any of them other old boys that were here last night come by, you ought to pass the word along to them. Just don't mention my name. You ought to take care of that old-timer. Them summer colds are the worst.
What if it ain't a cold? What if I got whatever he had, that guy last night?
Oh, it's probably just the sniffles, that's all. Maybe I ought to close up the station for the rest of the day. Call the other fellas and see how they're feeling.
Stuart Richard Redmond, sir. He was at the station.
Sounds like you're having a busy day.
Dr. Herbert Dellinger, Mr. Redmond, will you come with us?
Hey, wanna get your hand off my arm, Hoss?
He was one of the men who had direct contact with Campion. Put him in the back of the truck. If he resists...
I ain't gonna resist. Country don't mean dumb. Well, say, if it isn't the man with the little clipboard and the armed escort.
No. We don't shake hands here. Just precaution.
A precaution. Uh-huh.
Patty Greer says you've given her quite a bit of trouble. She's quite upset.
Well, that makes two of us. Being hijacked by a bunch of government sons of bitches in spacesuits does that to me every time. So if you don't want to see how quick I can rip a hole in that thing before you can get out of here, you better give me a little information. You tell me why I'm not sick.
Mr. Redmond, I hardly think...
Talk to me, damn it!
I'm sorry, but you... Mr. Redmond, be reasonable.
Just get out of here, you little weasel. You send me someone who'll give me some answers.
I don't think you quite appreciate your position, Mr. Redmond.
You're wrong about that. I do. Go on, get out.
Talks with me and he tells me I am his own.
I can hear. I can talk.
I know, Nick. Praise God.
How'd you know my name?
Come to me in a dream, I reckon.
Is this a dream?
Well, mayhap it is, mayhap it ain't.
Who are you, ma'am?
Abigail Fremantle. But folks around these parts just call me Mother Abigail. I'm 106 years old, and I still make my own bread. I've been living right here in Hemingford Home, Nebraska, all my life. You come see me, Nick. You and all your friends. You got to hurry, though. There's a storm coming. His storm.
The testing schedule we began earlier this week is going to resume with your cooperation, or without it. We got a hell of a mess on our hands here, thanks to that imbecile Campion. So I don't want you to get the idea you're a volunteer. You've been drafted.
What about the folks I came in with?
From Arnett, all dead. Which is why we can't afford...
What did you do? What did you people do?
Stu, please. No! Stand clear! All right, now you listen up. I'm not responsible for you being here, or for the dead people in your hometown. Neither is Denninger, or the nurses who come in to take your blood pressure.
Then who is?
No one. Everyone. God. Who knows? All you have to do is resign yourself to a few more pokes and pricks.
Well, what if I...
Evacuate!
Deets, calm down. I was just faking.
Bring out your dead! Bring out your dead! Bring out your dead! Bring out your...
He's coming for you, Larry. The man with no face.
Bring out your dead! Bring out your dead!
We have a rather large problem in Wyoming, sir.
What large problem is that, man?
News team got out of Pine Bluff with some potentially damaging videotape, sir.
Flu victims, body dumps.
Little of both. And our ops, I'm told.
Oh, well, we can't have that.
Oh, sir, I know.
No, showing footage like that would not be in the national interest.
Absolutely not, sir.
Well, do we know where these news people, these rabble-rousers are now?
Yes, sir, we do.
Well, get that videotape, Lynn. Any means necessary. Make it a priority.
Yes, sir.
Any means necessary.
Okay, everybody out of the van. Let's go. Come on.
Mike, I don't like the way this looks. Be careful.
Come on. All right, now, let's go. Ma'am, you're going to have to surrender the video camera that gentleman's holding and any videotape you may have already shot.
Can you tell us why, Major?
You don't seem to understand the situation here, ma'am. Martial law has been declared. We don't have to put up with you and your pinko friends anymore.
Mike, are you getting all this? Now, can we have a
Get him!
comment?
Get him! Get the driver!
Stop!
In the car! Go right there! Back the car!
You say you saw these GIs gunning down unarmed civilians?
Open in the name of the United States government!
Tell you what, Portland, it looks like the Marines have landed and they don't look too happy.
This is a joke, right? I mean, this has got to be a joke.
I don't think so, Franny. I really don't think so.
Hi there, you're on the air.
Ray, you all right?
Well, to tell you the truth, honey, it doesn't look real good for the kid right now. Several soldiers have just broken into the studio. They're fully armed and they're dressed in some kind of protective clothing. They're wearing respirators on their faces.
Shut it down!
Hey, Bluto, you ever heard of a little number called freedom of speech? Bill of Rights? Any of that ring a bell? Folks, I've just been ordered by my uninvited fascist guests to shut down, and I've refused.
All right,
I think...
that's enough.
Hello there, East Texas. What kept you?
I was lost in the corn. Then I heard the guitar. Sounds so sweet.
Pshaw, I ain't been able to make a decent F chord in 20 years. But thank you kindly.
Who are you? Where is this?
I'm Abigail Freemantle, and this is Hemingford Home. Stuart, those folks who got you won't leave you to live much longer. You know that, don't you?
I reckon maybe I do.
The beast is loose in the streets of Bethlehem. The rats are in the corn.
I don't follow you, ma'am. Ma'am?
Ma'am? Ma'am? Where are you?
Folks around these parts just call me Mother Abigail, East Texas.
Mother Abigail?
G'day again. I guess for me this was really a standout film because of many things, but number one, being a Stephen King book, it really set that tone, set that vibe. It was edgy, it was dark, it was on the edge of your seat stuff from the beginning. I think more than anything, because this was converted by a book to a movie, sometimes you can say the book is better. I think this one is actually on par and probably equal to it for many reasons, but the book came out in about 78. This is a 94, mid-90s series. And Gary Sinise really stole this first episode for me. He did it in many ways. I think the thing that shook me more than anything was when he was being picked up by the government officials there. There's a plague that's breaking out. It's separating men from men, women from women, families being torn apart, and pretty much he's not being affected. Here's Gary Sinise. He's nothing more than a mere blue-collar worker, gas station worker. His name's Stu, and he didn't want to take any bull, and he pretty much didn't believe anything from the start. And you got this picture where he's being literally hijacked by the government, and he went to go shake this guy's hand at the very beginning there, and the guy says, "No, we don't shake hands here, it's a precaution." So often today we get these things, you know, the fist bump, the elbow, all that. People are too afraid to hug and embrace. And he goes on to say, when he gets thrown into that medical research facility, I call it a prison, he gets told that we're being hijacked by government sons of bitches, he says. They do this to me every time. You know, when we look at society today, the government is trying to hijack every area of society, and this was really emblematic, and it was a picture of what's happening today. One other thing there, he says, he made the comment there that that's two different societies, they're divided more than ever. You know, when we look around at society, we really are divided more than ever. It takes me back to this C.S. Lewis quote from his book, The Weight of Glory. He says, "I'm beginning to suspect that the world is divided not only into the happy and the unhappy, but into those who like happiness and those who, odd as it seems, they really don't." And I'm starting to really get that feel today. We watched this movie, and it's actually very emblematic of what's happening today. It's very evident there are those who don't like people to be happy, no matter how much. And I'm one person that likes to joke around. I like to, you know, have a bit of banter amongst many, but there's many who don't like that. And they want everyone to be recluse and locked away from society. The other picture in this first scene that really came out was the media. We've got a picture of the media there. They're at the checkpoint. Unlike today's media, this media here wanted answers. They wanted answers to what was really happening. And there was this picture of this female journalist. She was sitting there at the checkpoint in front of the whole line of traffic. And she was pointing the camera and she said, "Are you getting all of this? Are you getting all of this?" That's very different to today's society. The media today, social media, big tech, all of them are trying to cover up what is being shown. All of them are trying to cover up what many are seeing, because they don't want people seeing any of this. They don't want people seeing the truth. And I think this movie really is emblematic of what needs to happen in some respects. But I'm very keen to see where part 2 takes us, and as far as I can say, this one is a good choice, Carl. So yeah, let's keep watching and see what we can get out of it.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want for nothing. He makes me lie down in the green pasture.
Therein lies
He
the
greases
road
up
to
my
war.
head with oil.
Because
He
those
gives me
voices
kung
don't
fu
speak
in the
for the
face
rest
of my
of us.
enemy.
You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery.
Amen.
Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaoh? Could Christ have reduced the cross? Should the Patriot that conquered bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And our honored dead who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace?